draft grades, when it comes to grading what we have done, man, none of that actually takes place in reality, right? Probably until midway through these rookies' first season. None of this means anything. Even what I'm about to tell you, because I know you're here and you want a draft grade. That's what everybody's looking up. And you know what? I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you one. Let's bite the bait here, okay? When it comes to the Lions draft grade this year, you might hate this, and I don't care. Lions land an A. Not an A minus, not an A plus, one fat A. Now, here's why, right? I have seen people saying the Lions get an F, Lions get a C, Lions get a B, Lions get... Listen to me. After the wave of all the picks that come in, the Detroit Lions are doing something that they haven't done in 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, and that is create an identity and follow it to a T. Am I actually grading the value and the position and these guys, and well, Tate Ratledge is this, and he should have gone here, but we got him here, so it's a B minus? No. What I am grading here is the fact that we're sticking to our guns. That Brad Holmes is sticking to his guns. That Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, look, they see the guy they want, they have built a culture, and they go get him. You might hate that we picked up Tyleik Williams at 28 or 29, wherever we were. You might hate that we went and got Tate Ratledge and we're creating a logjam at guard, which you can never have a logjam in the lines because that is positional depth that you need. You might look and say, we traded 2 third rounds next year in order to go get Tesla, this wide receiver, from 100 down to 70? That's not worth the value. Yeah, but if Brad Holmes looks at him and says, that's the guy I want, then praise God we went and got him. That's the way I'm looking at this. So why am I grading it an A? It's because Brad Holmes moved where he had to move, traded what he had to trade, stayed where he had to stay to get the guys to fit the culture of Detroit. Ahmed Hassanein, I think that's how you say his name, the kid out of Egypt. Go watch the Rich Eisen interview that Rich did with this kid, with Hassanein. He is Detroit through and through. That kid's, first of all, his story is incredible and it's super cool to hear. But you take that aside, you listen to that kid talk, he is a lion. He is a lion. And the fact that we get him, like he is going to fit into this squad, this culture so perfectly. Man, all these people talking about, oh, J-Mo, 5th-year extension. Is he going to be around? Tesla, freak athlete who could potentially become, all these people projecting he's a 5th-round pick. We get him in the 3rd. He's the type of guy who can become wide receiver 2 if things don't work out with J-Mo. I mean, we go and get Tyleik Williams, we go and get Tate Ratledge, then Tesla, then we get the safety. Like, the whole kit and caboodle, when I look at this draft, the Lions are doing something we've never done that you should honestly, and if you're not happy about it, check yourself. Be happy that Brad Holmes is sticking to his guns, that Dan Campbell and Holmes have created a culture. They find the guys they want and they go get them, and they don't care about what anybody else has to say. It's been working so far. It has been working so far. And so I'm not trying to come off hostile. I'm trying to come off with the passion and the understanding of, I trust this man. And in the wake of the draft, right, as the draft is happening, as guys are getting picked or we're moving around, it can become a little bit, it's turbulent. But now in the wake of it, as we're in the first week of May, you start looking back and you see what we did. And I think we have one of the better drafts because we have built a culture and we are following suit, that we're not trading away who we are and the identity we've built. There is something to say about sticking to your guns, believing in what you are doing, and Brad Holmes is doing that. They have watched all the footage. They had the guys in mind that they wanted, and they went and got them. I love the Tesla pick. I think Tyleik Williams is a phenomenal pick, right? Especially with the lean being down until probably Thanksgiving. Picking a guard, we need a guard. And I know, man, people are like, oh, we are building out the gritty, tough culture and these guys who love football. Ahmed Hassanein loves this game. He loves hitting people. You listen to him talk about the way he views Aaron Donald and what he wants to do. He is going to be incredible. My brother-in-law is from Turkey. And talking to him about some of the soccer tournaments, some of the European football tournaments, listening to him talk about his team, I think they're called Fenerbahce. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly, but the way he describes European football and the fact that all of these countries went to war with one another years ago, right? There's all this inner turmoil because of actual war. And now you see that played out in the way that they play soccer. So when I'm listening to Ahmed talk about the way he views the game, the way he views playing football, that he wants to fight and die, there is this cultural difference that comes from this kid that I love having on the Detroit Lions. It's more than just the dog in him, and forgive me for the pun, but it's the lion in him. There's this alpha mentality of he wants to go to war, and he's like, I'm going to fight and I'm going to die. Because I think there is that cultural side when talking to my brother-in-law of what it means to play for your country, for your people, against teams that are from different countries that your grandfathers, great-grandfathers went to war against. So listening to that kid talk, there's something special there that Dan Campbell just loves. I look at the draft. I give the Lions a grade A because we stuck to what we stuck to. Now, position value, how these guys end up performing, everything that happens, guys, we can't grade it until we get to the point where it's December and we actually see Tyleik Williams and how he plays with Aleem, how he does stopping the run, how he does. We can't grade it until a lot of these guys, because you look at what we were graded with Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, Jahmyr Gibbs, all these people, Lions get a B draft. That's an A draft to me. Like actual value now, looking at who these guys are from 2 years ago, you see the value, you see who they are. You can grade it properly. Right now, we can't grade it properly. Yet. I look at this, I look at what Brad Holmes has done, Dan Campbell, they picked the guys they wanted, they stuck to their guns, they said, this is the culture we built, and we're not going to relent. That's what the Eagles are doing. They've built a culture, and they will not relent. I mean, even I was watching a little bit on Rich Eisen. Again, what a great show, what a great host. But the same thing goes for Baltimore. You know who Baltimore is, and you know who they're going to draft because you can feel it based on the culture they've built. That's where the Lions are. It's the coolest thing. It's the coolest thing to finally have an identity and to stick to it. Plus, we're at a point where we're not picking second. We're not getting our Hutchinsons or our Sewells or these key players that you're like, man, we need that. But we're finally filling in the smaller holes, filling in the guys that we see. I love it. So you want a draft grade? Detroit Lions get an A. Why? Because we're sticking to who we are. And if you're not happy about it, man, so be it. You'll be happy about it in September, probably in December, and hopefully one of these days in February. I stood for this video. It felt right. Sitting in the chair, was feeling too much passion, too much built up zeal going into it, so it felt like I had to stand. Did I have to? No, but I did.